The following is a presentation of Tuning into SciFi TV, the viewer's guide to genre television.
I won't hide anymore. I will live the life I choose.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fae Files. I'm Kevin Batchelder, and this is our episode number 26, where I'll be discussing the episode Like Father, Like Daughter, which is Season 5, Episode number 10. Appreciate you checking out my thoughts here on the Lost Girl episodes as we go through them. The Season 5 episodes, as I cover them, are as they air, so there's no separation between newer viewers and longtime viewers as far as stuff that might be spoilery, because it's happening in the moment, so it's all the stuff as I saw it. And this was a great episode. Lots and lots of fun. 4 minutes, 7 seconds in, my girl is back. How exciting was that to see Kenzie getting out of that limo? Gotta tell you, I was spoiled on that, which is totally okay, during DragonCon. Ksenia herself even tweeted a GIF showing her character getting out of the limo, but I was totally happy to see that because we weren't sure when, or probably if, but more likely when, she'd be back near in the last set of episodes. Now, certainly a little disappointed when we see near the end, Bo kind of wants her to leave, and it looks like she's leaving again, so not happy there. But for the first 40 minutes worth, very exciting to have her back. And this was also a fun episode. Definitely, probably a good part because of Kenzie being back. That vibe was there. There was some fun stuff, the humor, some really good, meaningful character stuff, and also some good plot things. Nice twist or two. So this worked quite a bit. I got a kick out of the early part of the episode with Bo talking about the BF, the birth father. Neither Dyson nor Lauren understood what she was doing. But that's, kind of the good stuff of the show. Obviously, that great surprise of Kenzie showing up and looking very good naturally. So great stuff there early on when she's kind of talking to the gang back at the clubhouse. Even gets one of her great Kenzie lines in there as she says, quote, "You've all been busier than Bo's tingle flower." So we got some great lines in here for that. But good plot movement as they're moving forward, trying to figure out how they're going to deal with Z. What's going on with Dad, Hades. Finding out about this painting, The Vanishing, with Kenzie talking about Hale's grandfather who came back with her. That was kind of good. I liked how they tied that together. That's the fun kind of Lost Girl stuff I enjoy. Hearing a little bit about that when they were over in Spain and how this painting might hold the key to why the ancients disappeared. So that was really kind of cool. I also enjoyed, because we weren't sure at the end of the last episode what was up with Lauren, the playing out the part of what Lauren has got now. This idea that she's the conduit, or she can literally touch a Fae and get their powers. We see that play early on when she's able to do Vex's mesmer stuff, and then by the end, the whole bit with the siren. And understanding, healing herself, as we were wondering with Bo from earlier. So that's interesting. I'm very curious what it's going to mean. We're going to have to wait to see, but that was some neat stuff playing kind of as the B plot line playing all throughout it. I also liked a lot of the stuff with Alicia as she's confronting Dyson, thinking maybe he's a paranormal investigator or a tilt there. As you all know, not a big fan of the Mark character, but, he kind of fit the plot this time as he was the one supposed to be kind of keeping her busy, and he can't keep it all to himself naturally after what happened with Iris. So he let slip exactly the whole idea of the Fae, but I really enjoyed that part playing out too. That was pretty good as well. This thing, for me, that just moved along really fun. I mean, the whole idea of Kenzie and Bo getting to be, the team, the undercover team again, as they have to go to that art gallery to try to, gain access to that important painting. Complete with Bo unable to use her succubus powers on the art girl, well, the manager there, the whole bit with the germaphobe, you can't touch me, so she can't use her powers. So naturally, it's Kenzie that's got to go undercover, shadow thief and all. I loved her thing with the, wearing glasses to be the tour guide thing. That worked pretty good too. And this, in typical to me, this is very much a Lost Girl scene, that whole idea of when Bo has to, quote, go in to get the painting, and it's that whole spin-off of the, the Catherine Zeta-Jones thing and entrapment. For those of you who might not remember that from the late 90s, take a look on YouTube. You can find 2 or 3 minute clips showing exactly the same kind of stuff as Bo did with the whole moving through the laser things to a nice techno beat, and Bo looking very fine in the leather outfit and all. So that worked pretty good. That's the fun stuff they do from time to time. But it fed the story. As she's trying to get the painting, Persephone is there. We haven't seen her in several episodes. I like that they use that from a plot point of view, with Bo trying to convince her to help them on the situation with Z, and then eventually Persephone kind of letting Z in on what's going on, so things don't go as planned. But that was okay, because that played out kind of good. When they try to do their thing to zap her into the painting, but they can't do it. But because Lauren has that ability, she's able to go over and make like she's just going to help him, and instead she gets the siren power and appears to send Z away. ... though, until the very end when we see that Daddy's got a whole big plan, because Z's still there. So, kudos, show. That was nicely done to throw that little wrinkle at us. And again, Eric Roberts is doing great as Dad/Hades. So I really like that. No idea what's going to be up, because he tears off that first level of the painting to see a different one with that dragon or a horse creature, maybe like we've been alluding to from before, and fire breathing and all. So, imminent danger coming, watch out. So that was pretty good. And again, like I said, Lauren has having some fun stuff. I love her little nickname for herself, the Eternal Healer. We know that can't go as smooth as she's hoping, so we're going to have to wait to see when the other shoe drops on that. So that was pretty cool. And I really liked, as I said a little earlier, the stuff with Dyson and Alicia. That, to me, is bringing back that vibe from the first couple of seasons of Lost Girl, as the characters were getting together in their relationships. That seemed very natural. I wasn't, as many of you, too, have talked about this on Twitter and other places, not all that excited with so many new secondary characters coming in this season, but the Alicia one is really growing on me. I loved that stuff with Dyson. And when he takes her to the doll, after Trick told him, what you got to do, and essentially claims her and tries to explain that in a kind of awkward kind of way, I'm really digging that. I'm hoping that we get to see a little more of that in the last few episodes, and hopefully that doesn't go spin out of control in a bad way, if you know what I mean, since we're coming to an epic finale. But overall, this was a really fun episode. God, I'm hoping we get a lot more like this in the last few, because this is the vibe I love of Lost Girl. Great combinations with the characters, and some story bits that are interesting, and some fun. It's okay, leave us on the edge of some important stuff, but, we don't have to be a bummer, as we've been for a lot of the time. So, fingers crossed we get several more like this. Really enjoyed it. Really looking forward to it. This is going to be a fun one to rewatch. Just a lot of fun stuff. So, a lot of fun. Going to have to see where we're going. Getting down near the end, aren't we, huh? Only half dozen episodes left. It's getting to be counting down the weeks for me, so I don't know about you folks. But hopefully you enjoyed that. Love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to reach out, as we always do. List the contact info at the end. On some things maybe I missed, or some ideas you might have, or things that are coming forward. I'd love to hear from you folks. It's always a blast. Many of you do interact on Twitter, which is great. But if you want to send anything in to the contact info, please feel free. Alrighty. Thanks again for tuning in, folks. Hope you all take care. We offer several different ways for you to get in touch with us here at the Fae Files. You can come by our website at thefayfiles.com, which lists all of our blog posts. You can also send us an email directly at feedback@tuningintoscifitv.com. You can leave us a voicemail at 206-202-4182. You can find us on Twitter at thefayfiles, or on Facebook at facebook.com/tuningintoscifitv.
Listen to Tuning Into Sci-Fi TV on Stitcher Radio on Demand. Download the free app today at Stitcher.com. You've been listening to The Fae Files, presented by Tuning Into Sci-Fi TV, Episode 26, recorded September 14th, 2015.